Hey guys, welcome back to AJ Travels. My name is AJ and today we are doing the very first episode of my new series, Scuba Stories. So as previously mentioned, we are doing my scuba diving story today. We are doing my personal scuba diving story. So how I got into diving and where I am now, basically. How I got from my first trial dive at age 8 to being qualified now and going on to do the advanced courses. So let me take you back to that when I was 8, because that's when it all started. I was 8 years old when I first did my first dive. So I think we need to go back to then to tell the story properly. But let me paint the picture. There I was, 8 years old, on holiday in Lanzarote, probably lying on the sunbed round the pool, when who should come onto the poolside but native diving. We were in Lanzarote, by the way. Native diving, the local dive school. They'd come to do trial dives in the pool, and I wanted to do one. So I got my equipment on. I went over and said, "Can I do a trial dive?" And they put the equipment on me. I did a trial dive in the pool. And when I got out, they said he's actually quite good at it. He can do an actual session in the sea if he wants. And my mum and dad were like, "Oh, I'm not sure. It sounds dangerous. He's only 8." But they let me do it. The next day I went to this little enclosed bay. It's a bay in Lanzarote in Costa Gizzi. It's enclosed by rocks. It's only about 2 meters deep at the deepest, but to me that was like mega deep. And I went there the next day, got all my kit on, and I went for a dive in the sea, and I thought it was brilliant. I've got a photo of it here. This was a photo that was taken of me down on the bottom when I was doing my very first dive. I did what was called the Bubble Maker course, and basically it was just like a beginner's thing. Any age can do it. I think you have to be 8 to do it, but if you're 8 and above, you can do the Bubble Maker, and it's probably what most people do when they're on holiday. Just a little trial dive in an enclosed bay in the sea. But it was my first taste of scuba diving, my first taste of being underwater for a prolonged period of time, and by that point, I was hooked. Ever since I did my first dive, I wanted more. I wanted to go down and do the dive again and go down and be under the water again. And then that was around the time that I found out about PADI. PADI is an organisation where you can get your dive qualification and get certified to dive properly. However, you couldn't do your open water course until you were 12. I was only 8. So when we went on holiday, I just kept on doing Bubble Maker courses just so I could do a dive here and there, little beginner stuff. But when I turned 12 is when it all really started to happen, because that's when I could go on my open water course. So what I did was I actually did my open water course in Lanzarote. So I went back to Lanzarote and I did my open water course. So if you want to know what the open water course consists of, I'll be doing a video on all the courses, so open water, advanced open water, rescue diver. I'll be going into all those courses in detail in my Starting Scuba series, so if you're interested in that, then go and watch that. But basically, there's an e-learning part that you have to do online, or you can do it by books, and then there's a practical part. So I didn't do it by books because obviously they'd have to send the books to England from Lanzarote, and they didn't want to do that. So I did my e-learning online. So I did all the e-learning online, and then I went to Lanzarote and I did my open water course, and I was finally qualified to dive. It was a brilliant experience. I had a few hiccups along the way on the course. I'm sure I'll tell you about that someday. But yeah, at age either 12 or 13, I did my open water course, and it was really one of the best things I've ever done. Exactly 1 year after I did my open water course, I went back to Lanzarote again and did my advanced. So I did the same concept as when I did my open water. I did my theory online, and then I went and I did my advanced in person. And really, The advanced just expands on all the stuff that you learn in your open water. So like you learn the basic skills in your open water, and then the advanced just sort of advances on it. Probably that's why it's called the advanced. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Overall, I thought it was a good experience, and it expanded on the knowledge that I already knew. And I got to go back to Lanzarote to do it. So I mean, what's better? I am really more of an abroad diver than I'm in the UK. In the UK, I've been to, there's a place called Stony Cove, that's quite good, and there's a place called Cape and Ray up in the Lake District that we go to in England, and it's basically like a quarry that's been filled with water, and it's got like all planes and vans and stuff in there that you can swim around and have a look at, and that's really good. But I much prefer diving abroad to diving in England. That's why I've done most of my courses abroad. However, for my next course, Rescue Diver, I actually did do that one in England. So for my Rescue Diver, I had to do a first aid course first, so I had to go on that. So I had to do my first aid course, then I could finally do my Rescue Diver. I think my Rescue Diver took like a few months to do, but I think that was just because of delays with the school that I used over here in England and stuff like that, and they only go diving like once a month. But I finally managed to get my Rescue Diver done. Rescue Diver, if you want to know what Rescue Diver is, it's basically like, it teaches you how to deal with like bad scenarios when you're diving. So like, the way it was described to me, like the first two courses, they teach you how to look after yourself when you're diving. The Rescue Diver course teaches you how to look after other people when you're diving. So it teaches you like how to react in emergency scenarios and how to look out for you and your buddy when you're down under the water. So that was my third big course in my scuba career. The Rescue Diver. So that is pretty much my scuba story, guys, from age 8 to age 17. Now I am 3 courses in. My next big course, I'm going to talk about where I'm going to go next. So, like, the next thing I want to try and do is there's something called Master Scuba Diver, which is if you do 5 speciality courses, you can get the Master Scuba Diver. So speciality courses are the smaller ones, like Dry Suit Diver teaches you how to dive in a dry suit. Underwater Navigator teaches you like how to navigate underwater. So just the smaller courses like that, if you do 5 of them, then you get your Master Scuba Diver qualification automatically. So that's what I'm kind of trying to do next. I think I've done 3 speciality courses so far, so I've only got like 2 left. So I might as well just like do that and get that ticked off. Be another one under my belt. But the next big course is Dive Master. Dive Master, you have to have logged 50 dives before you can do your Dive Master, and you have to be 18. So that's like where I'm aiming for next. I've got to turn 18, which I am doing in a couple of months, and I've also got to have logged 50 dives, which I'm currently working on. So that's where I'm going to take my scuba diving career next. 50 dives, 18, Dive Master, and hopefully I'll be taking you guys with me. But that's pretty much all there is to say today, guys. That was my scuba diving story from age 8 to age 17, and also where I'm going next. If you did like these kind of story time videos, let me know in the comment section down below, and leave a like to let me know that you did like it. If you like scuba diving videos, and if you like travel videos, then subscribe to AJ Travels today. We are getting back on the travel videos. We have a big video in the pipeline. We're going to get out and about around Sheffield. Hopefully, that is in the pipeline. But that's all there is to say for today, guys. I will see you on Wednesday for the first instalment of Starting Scuba.